Bugatti Chiron Sport. Now, if I was an imbecile, what I would do is paint it a sort of weird orange, like a sort of peach orange. But I'm actually normal, so I'm not going to paint it the same colour as Mr. Baldy Tate. Yes, this is the Bugatti from Andrew Tate going, "What colour is your Bugatti?" Well, I'll tell you, Mr. Tate, because I have taste, it's currently dark matte blue with black. Good spec. Looks really good, actually. Although, just to flex, this is the same spec as my CDT one. I love it when you can twin cars. But, now, onto the actual car. Well, it's from the Chiron facelift. Allow me to explain. Let me find the standard Chiron for you. Actually, no, look at this one right now. The front, well, that's cool. It's got a number 16 on as a reference to the Bugatti race cars of the 1930s. But if you look at the back, very nice. Oh, that's a terrible thumbnail shot for the standard Chiron. Here's the standard one. You will note at the rear, quite different. Why does this one look so square? Reminds me of the old CDT one. The one that was basically GTA 5's Chiron. Now, the interesting thing you'll have noted if you looked at the specs is that while this thing accelerates, handles and brakes better than the standard Chiron. Where's the standard Chiron? It's slower at the top end. And that is completely accurate to real life, because while the Sport is slightly lighter, I think they took out like 50 kilos, and a little bit more powerful than the standard Chiron, because of this wing and the front splitter and the rear diffuser, it is slower at the top end. So I like that accuracy. However, this thing both accelerates, turns, and brakes better. So, I would say, yeah, that's perfectly suitable for a near doubling in price. Seriously, this is 5.3 million. Standard Chiron, 2.35 million. Is it worth the price hike? Let's find out. First of all, there's the power. I'm just about 20 miles an hour now, I'm going to floor it. It picks up and runs so well in, like, first to fourth. Fifth, it starts to slow a little. Oh, dear Christ, my lag. And then sixth, it goes away quite a bit, which is a bit of a shame. Sixth is a very disappointing gear. So, while it does struggle with charging hard this, it can do it at the early speeds. It reminds me of, well, quite a lot of these stripped out lightweight sports cars where, because they're light, very quick off the line, but then they start to peter off near their top speed because, well, you do need a lot of power to get through all the air. And of course, this is a lightened Chiron, so makes sense. Especially since you've got added downforce. Oh, my voice has gone. But look, you've got added downforce from that wing, which means it should be good, handling-wise. Here we go, up the nice twisty road to the airport. Please respond, phone. Do what you're told. Honestly, I hate this software sometimes. Right, but let's see if I hate the Chiron. Up this road. Right, nice sweeper here. Peter's quite narrow. That's good. Oops. I may or may not have turned over the Chiron, but it is pretty good. Like, I like this bit here. Brake. I could have braked far later than that, and far less hard. Honestly, I don't have much trust in the chassis, but I need to because, well, I can. I'm just going pedal to the metal here, turn it in. I should have braked much later. And I can brake late because the brakes are so good. And the turning's good as well. Look at this. Here we go. Oh, God. Should have lifted. Isn't it funny how I can pick apart my own driving and yet still can't improve on it? But look at it. Corners so cleanly and so easily, and it's good fun doing that as well. So, you know what? I'd count that as a massive, massive win. The standard Chiron is a pretty good road car, but the Persport is more of a track car. So, let's see how the Persport does on the track. Here we go. Gonna get all four wheels spinning. Off the line. Feels good. Oh, got a lift for that right-hander. Brake here for this sort of... what do I call it? I don't know. Kind of a chicane because it flows into another bend, but not really. Up to the kink near the rock and lake turn. Downhill section here. Oh, unsettled through the last corner. Sub 30 seconds. That's a really good time. Very well done. At the start of this video, I asked, should the Chiron Persport be worth double the price of the standard Chiron? And the fact of the matter is, that's debatable. Because the standard Chiron is just so cheap. But this one is more expensive. Much more expensive. But it's also really good. So I think, if the Chiron was priced like a normal car, the standard one, then yes, I would consider this as better. But because the standard Chiron's so cheap... Actually, I've driven the Chiron quite a bit, and I don't really like it. But I do like this Persport, so, on that bombshell, this is good. Buy it. Thank you for watching. Don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow, but I think I've got an idea that could be quite special.